Hello, my name's Mary Jones, and today I'm going to lecture you on how to write an essay for the HiSET test. To start to write, you need to realize that the HiSET requires a 5-paragraph essay in the writing portion of the language arts section of the test. To start, you need to begin with an outline. This can be either a Roman numeral outline or a pictorial outline, which is usually called a word web. You'll need to have a main paragraph that states your main idea with a topic sentence, and then you'll have 4 following sentences, possibly usually 3, that will be used in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4. The points in the main paragraph that you will have, the subpoints, which will be 3, should be your first sentences in your next 3 paragraphs, and then you'll write a conclusion. In that conclusion, you'll have a main point and then summarize all the previous points that were in the previous 3 paragraphs. Here's kind of a graphical format of what a 5-paragraph essay should be. And as you can see, it has an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. A body paragraph should be at least 3 sentences. This is important, and they will be looking at this when they're grading it as to how many sentences that you have per paragraph. You don't want to have too many sentences, but you don't want to have not enough sentences to make a paragraph. Here we have a pictorial picture of an essay. The first, as you can see, the top bun is a introduction, and then paragraphs 2, 3, and 4 are those meat patties, and they are your subpoints. Either you can call them an example or a subpoints, and there'll be 1, 2, and 3 subpoints, and then you'll have a conclusion which will summarize and paraphrase those 3 points. So how should I start my essay? Well, the first thing that you need to do is make that outline. I strongly encourage you to use an outline because it will help you focus your thoughts. You need to have 5 paragraphs with 3 to 5 sentences, and the first paragraph has the main idea with the supporting sentences, or the 3 topics that will go in those next 3 paragraphs. In the conclusion, you'll summarize your main idea and those subpoints. In the first 5-10 minutes, I expect you to have an outline done, and the outline's really critical because you can sometimes lose focus when you're writing and you have a limited time. The next is you need to write for about 30 to 35 minutes and then proofread for 10 to 15 minutes depending on how much time you spent on the previous 2 tasks. A word web, like I talked earlier, is an outline in a picture format. You have side points from the graphical format to be paragraphs in the essay, and I'll kind of explain that when I show you how to do it in the next slides. Again, an essay has 5 paragraphs, that each paragraph is 3 to 5 sentences. Paragraph 1 has a main idea that has the 3 subpoints that will be in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, and then paragraph 5 is your conclusion paragraph. You need to use transition between your paragraphs, meaning one paragraph should kind of lead into the next, and the same thing within the paragraphs. You should use somewhat, they also call this point-to-point writing, where you're explaining things of how you get from one place to the next place. One thing, and then you explain the next thing, and then you go on to the next. But also transition between those paragraphs is something that you'll be graded on. For example, here I have a essay prompt that we'll kind of use to show you how to do a word web. Let me explain it, let me read it to you. Staying physically fit means practicing good health habits such as diet, exercise, and getting good sleep. Describe how you can improve in these habits to become a better student or employee. Now on this, that you can see in this essay, it pretty much gives you the 3 points that you'll use in paragraphs 2, 3, and 4, and that's diet, exercise, and getting good sleep. So here on a word web, you put what your main topic is, that physical fit in the middle, and then you put your 3 sub points, which are diet, exercise, and sleep. I want to show you one other thing. That is the example, and you should be able to look at that in the presentation and just read through that and see if that helps you at all. This concludes our essay writing second lecture for the HiSET test.